Live from the basement of Silverwolf 20, it is the Elimination Chamber predictions with myself and Pika Bro. Anything you would like to say before we start this, Pika?
Well, I thought I was the one who's gonna host this prediction
You're
video.
not recording, bitch!
Yeah, but I'm the one who has the match card on the site thingy about me.
True.
But I'll give you the honors for tonight.
Oh, you'll give me the honors, huh?
Yeah.
Asshole.
Welcome to another edition of pay-per-view predictions, and today we're gonna be predicting Elimination Chamber 2013. And what a card this Elimination Chamber is. We have freaking one pre-show match, one Elimination Chamber match, and 5 other matches. In total, up to like 7 matches if you're like watching the whole thing.
Which most of us will not, because we're skipping the pre-show, definitely, and who knows, we'll probably find other things to skip. Cough,
No,
cough,
we're gonna
Cena.
give our like little thoughts of the pre-show and
No, I
etc.
mean when we actually watch the event,
Oh yeah,
we're probably
obviously.
skipping the pre-show, probably skipping Team Green Eggs and Ham, and which we'll get to that a little later. And I'm skipping Rock and Punk because I don't
Hmm.
care to see them again.
So you're not gonna like even like watch a match?
Well, I mean I'm gonna be getting home late from work, so
Uh,
probably watch
yeah, but it's
whatever.
probably gonna be the main event. So you'll be
Don't
home
remind
for.
me.
Yeah, our friend here, Silver, wasn't too fond of the Royal Rumble uh, pay-per-view, and he was kind of in butthurt of things, if I do say so myself.
This coming from the king of being butthurt.
No, well, I
They
wasn't as
banned my
butthurt.
Sangan! My Exodia deck no longer works! Fuck the world!
Well, I wasn't actually that mad Sangan got banned, but I was pretty annoyed with it. But yeah. Well, Cena winning the Rumble, that was the greatest thing of them all. But I think the one that put like the cherry to the cake was when Rock beat CM Punk. I swear that was like the best thing ever. Like
Why
I
was it
almost
the
cried.
best thing ever?
I don't know. It was like like if you smell what the Rock is cooking 434 days just gone. And one day, people champion whipped the straight edge loser. Oh yeah, I forgot the lyrics, so I'm gonna just stop right now.
I was gonna say, I could just end this video right now. We don't even get to the card. That's an option, right?
Yeah, but Bobby wouldn't be proud of you.
Well, right now Bobby could suck a chode too. So,
And OVW with it.
yeah, pretty much. The OVW and NXT.
Yeah. I'll be laughing if Rob ever makes NXT.
Well, considering he doesn't wrestle anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. You can pull a Ric Flair and just be like, what? Maybe one time's the charm or something. Yeah. And just
Pre-show! What is it?
the pre-show. It is the team of Brodus Clay and Tensai, Team Funk, versus the
Please tell me they're
Reunited.
not actually calling themselves Team Funk.
Well, we can only imagine.
Oh, God.
And the friggin' newly reunion, whatever. Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes reunited. That's the word.
Yay! Team Rhodes Scholars. Who gives a fuck about them again?
I don't know because they don't have that much heel tag teams in the WWE, and they're like, oh, let's disband the team of Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow for 2 weeks ago, and then friggin' like say, hey, we don't have any other heel tag team, so let's just reunite them for the one night to just get the job. But yeah,
Okay, if they job to Tensai and the other guy. I don't remember his name, nor do I give a fuck about
Brodus
it.
Clay.
Yeah.
All right.
If they job to Brodus Clay, that's pretty bad.
Well, and Mr. McMahon's like, thinking of things. He would be like, hey, I just, reunited Team Road Scholars and it's just a one night thing. So why the hell would I give them the victory? And why not just give them, like, why don't give the Team Funk, a victory? Because they're a new tag team. They're the new sensation of the tag team division. So.
Fuck that with a steak.
With a steak.
With
But
a
yeah,
big
like,
steak.
let's just hope this match, like, at least has, like, a good, like, time, even though it's on the pre-show. But,
I don't
like, if
know.
it's a
The
2 minute
last pre-show
match.
match wasn't bad.
Wait, what was the last pre-show match?
Cesaro versus Miz, U.S. title.
And how long was that match?
10 minutes.
Oh. Oh.
And it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. But yeah, like I hope they get 10 minutes. I hope, man. Like I don't want like a fucking 2 minute squash. Freaking headbutt by Tensai, splash by Brodus Clay. Team Road Scholars be like, oh man, we just freaking jobbed and just like yell at each other and be like, we're not best friends anymore. And just Team Road Scholars like history.
Except we know that's what's gonna happen. So yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. But I'm gonna say Team Funk's gonna win. What's your choice?
I don't give a fuck about this match, but you know what?
For the
Just
sake
because
of being
I
right.
know you're right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Team Fuck It.
Yeah, Team Funk.
No,
On
Team
to the-
Fuck It, because I don't care about them.
Ooh, I see
I'm
what
only
you did
gonna
there.
choose them for the sake of actually doing the video.
All right, you heard it from Silver. On to a match that's actually on the card. Surprisingly, the Divas Championship match. Wait,
Holy
did I just
crap!
say?
They have a Divas title. What is this?
I wouldn't imagine. Like I haven't seen a diva on Raw for like months.
I know, right?
But yeah, like Caitlyn, who's like the Divas champ, I think, is
Should be,
facing.
unless they fucked up.
Unless he fucked up, is facing Tamina Snuka.
Oh my god!
I'm not
An
gonna.
actual competition in the Divas division.
I know,
What is
but
this?
no, but no build, no build.
No build means we both know that Caitlyn's retaining. Next.
I wouldn't really. No, the thing is, I know Caitlyn's gonna win because like I'm pretty sure this is like her first or second title defense, and she barely had the title for like 2 months or something. Or I think she just recently won it or something. So, like, I feel like Tamina's gonna lose this round, but if they actually care about the Divas, at least give them like one match on freaking Raw. I'm pretty sure the next time they encounter, Tamina will actually win the Divas title. But for now, I'm just saying Caitlyn's gonna win.
No, fuck that. For one simple reason.
What?
AJ's winning the title of Mania, just saying.
Oh yeah, that is if they go the route that we're thinking. But
Or the route we're wanting.
mm,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, WWE. Give
You know-
AJ something to fucking do.
that would actually kind of make the Divas title give it some sort of credibility if that ever happens. Like
Exactly.
I would care about it. But Kaylin's winning this one, and let's just hope Tamina gets a title opportunity in the future, near future, because she is like one of the divas who are in the company that can actually wrestle. So, yeah.
Exactly. But fuck up more, WWE, please.
Yeah, just please, just like make the divas a special attraction, like, that we know they are.
Or you know what? They could do something that would show they have real balls. Make the Divas the main event of Raw again. Oh wait, that worked out so well last time. Actually, it kind of did work out well last time. Why?
Wait, what was
Because
the last time?
the last and only time the Divas
Oh, yeah,
main
yeah,
events in
yeah.
Raw was Trish versus Lita.
Oh, I thought you talked about something recent. I was about to be like, what were you watching, Silver?
NXT, haven't you heard?
Oh yeah, I know that show. You know the best show ever that WWE produced currently.
Except it's kind of shit.
No,
Nah, I'm
I
kidding. I'm
wouldn't say
kidding. I'm
that.
kidding.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a plug for NXT. So if any of you guys watching, just watch NXT. It comes freaking Thursdays or Tuesdays. I don't know wherever you freaking live. You can watch it on Hulu if you're American, but if you're Canadian or any other international whatever, you can watch it on TV. But yeah.
Yep.
So on to the next match, I guess, which is the United States Championship match. Ooh, a title that has credibility still. Wow, wow. Like, I'm
Holy
surprised.
crap, they actually have a title that people still give a fuck about? What's going on here?
I know, right? Like
And
WWE's
it's
doing
not the WWE or World title? What is this faggotry?
solely depending on who's holding the title. The champion, Antonio Cesaro, versus yet again The Miz. But this time it's not a pre-show
Why?
match. Uh,
Why?
well, apparently WWE thought that Antonio Cesaro swinging Miz left and right in that freaking barricade thing on Monday Night Raw just, said that was kind of burying The Miz, so we have to give him a title match. And yet they did. Was I like the only one who found that funny?
Am I the only one who finds WWE in general funny now?
No, but seriously, that was funny. Like the Miz got owned like left and right, left and right, left and right.
Well, he is a talk show host, and talk show hosts should be used to getting owned.
Yeah, but as most people would like actually imagine right now, saying that the build the Miz is having with Antonio Cesaro. Antonio Cesaro had a long reign. The only time now to lose the title is now. So like, let's say the Miz is gonna win, but I don't feel like the Miz should actually win the United States Championship from
Neither do I. At least
that.
not from Cesaro. Because
Yeah.
let's face it, the U.S. title needs a long reign in order for it to get any kind of credibility anymore.
Well, it is the second longest title reign in WWE currently.
What? Okay, you're comparing that to the WWE title.
Yeah,
How
because yeah.
how is comparing those two title reigns going to accomplish anything? When one is the fifth longest reign in history, any other title reign is going to be second place compared to that.
No, I'm just saying the facts. Like it's
No,
the
no, I
second.
know you're saying the facts, but
Yeah,
when you look at the perspective of it, that really doesn't mean much
I know.
when you're comparing it to the WWE title reign that just happened.
Yep. But apparently, someone's gonna try breaking that reign. But we're gonna talk about that as we move.
It better not be
Uh,
Cena. I'm already almost done with WWE. If he does that, I'm definitely done.
yep. But I'm pretty sure this match. I don't know. I don't feel like this match is gonna top their pre-show match because like their pre-show match was really good.
Oh yes.
But I just feel like Antonio Cesaro is gonna win this time around. But like he needs to fight that. Like I was like saying that he should fight Jack Swagger and all that
But
crap.
Swagger's apparently a heel.
Apparently a heel, but like putting in this perspective, imagine like Antonio Cesaro beating the Miz, and then Jack Swagger like coming out of Zeb Coulter and saying that I've been watching you for the whole time I've been away, and your performing acts are not like like true Americans and all that crap, and you can like do a whole like 360 on us and turn face, and freaking like they can have their feud till Mania, and knowing how good like both of Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger are, I think they could actually like give a good WrestleMania match.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
Except,
But for,
do you really trust WWE to book it right?
no, but they booked good stuff in the past, so I can only hope.
You mean like the pipe bomb heard around the world? Oh wait, that was an accident.
No, wait, that was an accident.
Not so much that it was an accident, but it was literally CM Punk no longer giving a fuck.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I miss the good old days when that freaking happened, man. And freaking Money in the Bank. Holy crap, man. That was the only pay per view I felt like afterwards. I'm like, damn, this is a really good pay per view. It got me shaking. Like, I haven't said that since I was like, freaking 8. But, yeah.
True.
But, yeah, as I said throughout this video, Antonio Cesaro is gonna retain his title. You, Silver? What do you think?
Yeah, Cesaro is definitely retaining. There's no reason for Miz to have the U.S. title, despite getting the figure four leg. I mean, despite what I've said last month on how that
Oh,
Miz getting the rub off of Ric Flair is going to mean he's going to get the title. If he was going to get the title, he would have gotten it last month. So he's not getting it. Bring
the
back,
thing is,
bring
yeah.
Swagger into the title scene. Do it.
Yeah. Ah, yes. On to the next match. Oh my god. The World Heavyweight Championship match. Antonio Cesaro. Oh, Antonio Cesaro. Alberto
Good
Del Rio.
job.
I freaking botched already.
God damn it, Pika.
I know. I'm getting rusty these days. I'm sorry, people. And for those people who are still watching this video up to now, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Alberto Del freaking Rio versus Big Show. Fuck, man. I've seen this match so many times, and I just wanted Alberto Del Rio to win. No comment. That's pretty much it.
Don't you mean you want Big Show to win?
Why would I want Big Show to win? Just tell me.
So he can lose to whoever wins the Elimination Chamber match in 18 seconds?
No, but that's not gonna happen. That was only a one night deal. It's not gonna happen again.
You can't say you
But
don't want it to happen, though.
um, wait, wait. So wait, who's gonna do the 18-second job? Like Big Show?
How would Big Show be doing the 18-second job if he's walking into Mania as the champion? I'm saying
Uh,
Big Show beat
Big
Del
Show's
Rio,
yeah.
and then job to whoever wins the chamber match in 18 seconds.
Oh, but
And that leads to his retirement. You cannot say you don't want to see that.
well, I was having other plans, but like Big Show can like freaking end his career any other day, because like I don't feel like I just want a good World Heavyweight Championship match at Mania, because like these last ones were like really really not good. Like the last one that was actually like decent was the freaking triple threat that John Cena had at WrestleMania 25, I believe.
What was that against Triple H and Michaels?
I think Edge and Big Show. I
Oh.
think. I think it was when he lifted both of them up for AA, and then.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I think that was the only time the like World Heavyweight Championship got like showcased really good in Mania,
Hmm.
but yeah, like why would you take the belt from Alberto Del Rio? Like he's had all these like buzz and the crowds behind him and all that. Like Big Show just winning. Like even though I understand like Big Show like these past weeks Big Show has been like tormented as fuck. Like being beat up in his hotel room, having his like bus get fucked and getting paint on himself and
His
all
bus
that.
get fucked.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice imagery.
Yeah, like it wasn't really good, man. Alberto Del Rio just like banged that shit. But
Almost like he banged that $2 hooker
at Taco Bell,
at Taco Bell.
at Taco Bell. But yeah, Alberto Del Rio's winning this. I don't have any more to say about this match. Yeah, are you like the same or what?
Um, as much as I would love to see my my booking happen, it won't. So yeah, Big Show's winning.
Yeah, what is your booking?
I told you, Big Show win the world title tonight,
yeah.
and then, well, not tonight. Well, yeah, it probably is tonight since I'm uploading this Sunday instead of Saturday
Yeah.
like I normally do. But have Big Show win the title tonight, and then lose to whoever wins the Chamber in 18 seconds at Mania, and him retire laughing stock of the WWE.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if I had never had a better plan than that, then I would actually go with that plan. But, like, I can
What's
tell
your
you my
better
plan
plan?
as... Wait, I'll tell you when we get to the Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, me Alberto Del Rio, Silver Alberto Del Rio. So we've been like guessing the same thing. But like,
Although I think I know where we're gonna split. Or
yeah, the Elimination Chamber match.
I was gonna say another one, but okay.
All right, so going on to the Elimination Chamber match, and I repeat, the only Elimination Chamber match on the
Which
card
sadly will not be the main event.
will sadly be not the main event. And I'm just gonna write a petition to say, hey WWE, if you're gonna have an Elimination Chamber pay per view, you better have more than one Elimination Chamber, or else you just call it No Way Out, like how it was back in the good old days.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say I wouldn't want to see this Elimination Chamber match because like this Elimination Chamber match by far could be as strong as the one that I saw in 2008, which was a really good Elimination Chamber. Other than that, like the people who are in this Elimination Chambers have like been former world champs,
Mm-hmm.
which are Randy Orton, Jack Swagger, Chris Jericho, Mark Henry, Kane, and Daniel Bryan. Yeah,
D-Bry, to quote Booker
Debra.
T.
Man, I miss Booker T on commentary. But what do you think about this match, Silver?
Randy Orton, Jack Swagger, Daniel Bryan, Kane, and who are the other two?
Mark Henry and Chris Jericho.
Okay. Jericho's not winning.
Okay,
I'll be shocked if he does.
all right.
I could say the same thing about Randy Orton. He's not winning just because face champion.
Mm-hmm.
You could say the same thing about Kane and Daniel Bryan, because again, face champion. But
Wait, so you said Randy's not gonna win too, right?
right,
All
Randy,
right.
Daniel Bryan, Kane, and
Jericho.
Jericho are
Okay.
not winning, so it's going to be
All right.
one of the heels.
All
As
right.
for which heel should win, the obvious choice would be Mark Henry.
Okay.
But
And
as a secondary pick, I'm going to say Swagger. Just
but
because
why is Mark Henry your first pick and not Jack Swagger?
Henry's world title reign was not a joke compared to Swagger's, which was a joke.
Yeah,
So he
but
would be a
like
more serious threat for Del Rio.
talking realistically right now, like Mark Henry's the same since he just left. Like after his like hiatus for 9 months. But
Except
this is
he's a monster.
yeah, he is a monster, but
What better opponent for a champion at Mania than a monster? And Mark
yeah.
Henry never got his Mania moment
So wait,
because of bullshit.
you're thinking what you call Mark Henry's gonna have his mania moment in the expense of Alberto Del Rio?
Well, by Mania moment, I mean just being able to compete for the world title at WrestleMania for the
Oh,
first time in
oh,
his career.
oh,
Considering before he didn't even make it to Mania because of Daniel Bryan cashing in on him.
oh yeah.
You
And
forgot about that.
that was the last time we seen Henry, right?
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
That's why I'm saying for Henry to get his Mania moment this year by winning the Chamber. Can't say
That
it
is,
wouldn't make sense, considering he's
okay,
almost out the door.
that is true.
That's the only
So,
reason why I'm going to say for Henry to win.
but what's your like feelings over Jack Swagger winning? Because the
I
whole
would
like.
I would not be upset over Jack Swagger winning, except
Hmm.
he is not. I guess the word would be he's not exactly world championship material just yet.
You know what I find funny about Jack Swagger?
What?
He doesn't call himself the All American American anymore. Guess what he calls himself
A
now?
real American?
Yes.
I am
Kind
a
of funny.
real American.
No,
Fight
like
for the rights of every man. No, he needs to come out with that song just to troll Hulk Hogan.
oh man.
That would be
Yes.
hilarious. Like, oh my god, Hulk Hogan's back. No, it's Jack Swagger. Fuck.
I just find it weird because people are like the ring announcer like the all American Jack Swagger, but now the real American Jack
Yeah,
Swagger. Like what a bad transition that was, but
very
um
much.
some people are saying that the promo that his partner or manager Zeb Coulter said was kind of racist. Do you actually feel like it was kind of racist, Silver? Or
What? Him being called the All American?
no? I mean, like the promo his manager did on Monday Night Raw. If you remember it, or
I don't recall hearing anything racist, but okay.
I don't know. He said something about I don't like people like jumping our borders, and you guys don't look like me,
Oh.
and like, the
No,
Southern
I
shit.
found that funny as hell.
Yeah, but some people found it racist and said that was the most offensive thing in the PG era history.
Oh, compared to what AW said?
Yeah.
I think AW's was worse.
Wait, what did he say? Because I seriously forgot. That's why you should bring him back. Like, what the? What did he say?
I don't remember.
Exactly. Like, goddamn.
But what that guy said wasn't that bad.
No, the thing is, if it was as bad as you're saying it is, you would remember it. But
Well, then again, it was also a while ago, and my memories aren't
yeah,
the greatest of all time, so yeah.
yeah, but it was like if it was that offensive, you'd like at least know somewhat of what he said. Like, was it
Sure.
racist or like? I'm tr-
It was inappropriate as all hell, but I don't think it was racist.
Every time I think about what AW said, I think about that fucking quote. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. There you
Like I'm
go.
like, yeah, but yeah, it should bring AW, and I don't know. Some people said Zep Culture's promo was kind of like racist. I didn't find it racist at all. I find it like a little bit edgy, you know. But knowing the route this is going, I think Jack Swagger has a bright future with him. Even though like the only thing like sorry, Jack Swagger is like the perfect athlete, but the only thing he's missing is this a manager. And now
Mm,
he has a manager. I think he can actually become a world champ. Like again.
I hope so.
Maybe in the near future,
Or at
maybe.
least a legitimate world champion.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be legit now. Like, how do you repackage him? He's really believable. Just saying.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's who your pick is, Silver Mark Henry.
Yeah, my pick is Henry.
All right,
I mean,
so
you never would have expected me to say him, would you?
no, I actually would because Mark Henry is actually like a favorite in this match, like a good favorite.
Hmm.
But
See, I just know he's the only person unless they want to turn Orton heel, there's
yeah.
no other person I could see facing Del Rio. Just
Hmm.
if they want to make Del Rio into this hero type character.
So you don't feel like there is gonna be a transitional champion, right? At all.
I think the possibility is great, but I hope not.
Hmm.
Just because that'd be kind of fucked up.
All right. So yeah, my thoughts about this chamber match. As I looked out on the card, I'm like, to be honest, I wouldn't care if anybody actually wins this match because I don't like. This is like one of the surprising matches on the card that I'm saying that hey, I don't hate anybody in this match. All these people can actually work a good match. Like all of them deserve a world title match, you know. But
Except Randy Orton.
but if Ren Everton gets jobbed by Bertha Del Rio, we would actually kind of like seeing that, right? Right.
We would. I won't
Cause
lie.
yeah, so I wouldn't really care. But um, I looked through, yeah, and I said, oh, Mark Henry's actually a good favorite in this match. And I looked at Jack Swagger, I'm like, oh, his return is actually kind of decent, and he could actually win this. And I just know that Daniel Bryan and Kane is not going to win this match, even though I actually wouldn't mind them winning, but I think they're going to take each other out, or they're not going to like appear in this match.
Funny,
So
that's what I said to you before we started this video. So fuck you.
yeah, no, but you never said it in your part. I gave you time, but you didn't. But
Eh.
yeah. And then I looked at Randy Orton and I was like, yeah, you can job to Del Rio, but it's missing something. And then I thought, I was like, Del Rio could be a transitional champion, right? Like the person who wins this match doesn't have to actually face, you know, Del Rio at Mania. So I
They
looked
could
closely
face
at,
Big.
yeah,
Like I said, they could face Big Show.
exactly. But I'm not putting Big Show in this factor. And my choice to freaking win this Elimination Chamber match is Chris Jericho.
Why Jericho?
Because I don't
Oh
know about
yeah, that's
you.
right. No, you have a point. You have a point. I just thought about it.
Yeah,
Ziggler
you
could
just
cash in.
no. Like I thought about it kind of differently than that because all the signs saying that hey Ziggler's gonna cash in this pay per view, but I don't want Ziggler cashing in this pay per view. As I thought good about this match, I'm like, okay, so all the signs point kind of to Chris Jericho winning the match because he's like the veteran in this match who has been like in mostly like in most elimination chamber matches in the whole WWE. So I was like, okay, let's say Chris Jericho wins this. And then let's say Chris Jericho has a match against Alberto Del Rio at Mania, right?
Right.
Ziggler can still hold the Money in the Bank, and when that freaking match happens, let's say Alberto Del Rio was a transitional champion, and Chris Jericho gets his WrestleMania moment, right?
And then Ziggler cashed in on Jericho.
And then Ziggler cashes in on Jericho and ruins Chris Jericho's WrestleMania moment, and they can,
Nice.
yeah,
Well played, sir. I like
well,
that idea.
yes, I like
I
that
can't
idea
believe
too.
I'm telling you well played twice in one night. What the fuck is wrong with me?
The thing is, I'm always a good booker, but I just joke for shits and giggles sometimes.
Hmm.
And most people know that who watch your videos. Like I predict a lot of good matches, but yeah, like Chris Jericho losing his WrestleMania moment to Dolph Ziggler and freaking Dolph Ziggler holding the freaking Money in the Bank till Mania. It's kind of interesting if I do say so myself.
It is.
Like
I
most,
actually
yeah,
forgot Ziggler was Money in the Bank. That's how many shits I that's how many fucks I give about him.
yeah, that says a lot because he's like showed on the show really much. Like he's always on the show, but
Yeah,
with
he's
his
always on the show, but he's always getting the short end of the stick, and you know it.
that is true. But seriously, like all that build up for Ziggler, like getting the title at Mania, that would be perfect, and they can have your feud all the way to Extreme Rules and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what do you think about that? That's actually like way better than Alberto Del Rio having a match with any of these guys in like in your future.
You
So
are correct. That
yes.
is much better than any other
Oh
the
wait, and
other.
that's better than the freaking Big Show losing at 18 seconds, and that is better than Mark Henry versus Alberto Del Rio at Mania. You can't lie.
I have to give credit where credit is due. That is a much better booking than I could have come up with anyway.
I know, and James wasn't here. He can't say I stole his idea.
And before he hears the video, I'm like, "Hey, that's what I was gonna do, you faggot!
Like that's what I've
Give me
been
my
typing stuff.
fried chicken."
And my grit drank, and all the bitches.
Where where my little boys at? I'm
ain't
about to take
nobody
up a
got time.
KFC.
Ain't nobody got time for that, Pika. Uh,
All right.
so yeah, on to the next match, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the next match. John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus, aka Team Bacon and Eggs,
No, Team Green
versus.
Eggs and Ham. Get it right, bitch.
Yeah, but I gave you the idea. It's Team Bacon and Eggs. That's what I'm gonna call them.
Except I changed it to Green Eggs and Ham. So yeah.
All right, Green Eggs and Ham it is. Then. Versus the Shield. Also, believe in the Shield.
I do believe in the Shield, as everyone should.
So
They're
yeah,
like
what
the
are you...
best thing to happen to WWE right now,
That is so true.
other
So,
than Punk. But Punk losing his title was a horrible decision. But the less said
well,
about
think
that, the
about it.
better.
Like, if CM Punk beat The Rock at Mania, then what would be like in the future for Punk? Because it's like, think about it.
Losing the title to Cena at Extreme Rules.
So you're telling me, wait, at Extreme Rules.
If he's
Why
the
Extreme
if he,
Rules?
uh isn't Extreme Rules right after Mania?
Yeah.
You just said Punk versus Rock at Mania, yes? What's
Well,
the
that's not.
pay-per-view after Mania?
No, but Rock's not facing Punk at Mania because Cena won the Rumble.
I'm aware.
Yeah, so Cena's gonna be facing Punk at Mania. So
No, Cena's going to be facing Rockamania unless Punk wins the title tonight.
no, but like let's say like CM Punk beat The Rock at Mania. No, not Mania at Rumble. I'm kind of getting confused here.
Then Punk would have competed in the Elimination Chamber match for Raw, and Rock would have been one of the 6.
And then Rock would win the match or lose the match.
Probably win.
And that would be actually better than the way WWE is doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that because freaking like I remember a time when freaking Elimination Chamber was called No Way Out, and both world titles was like on Elimination Chamber. Like wasn't like oh it's a number one contender for the title, but it was like for the title. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember those times, but we're not gonna get those times back again, I guess.
Nope.
But yeah, so what are your thoughts of the Shield versus Team Green Eggs and Ham?
Well, we should probably explain why they're called Team Green Eggs and Ham.
Okay.
Do you want to explain this, or shall I?
You can explain it.
All right. Well, basically, for all you little kiddies out there who seem to love the 3 that are facing the Shield, Sheamus and Ryback basically do nothing but diarrhea when they're in the ring because they're that untalented, so they might as well be the Green Eggs because that just looks horrible and probably tastes horrible, kind of like their wrestling abilities. The Ham is for John Cena since he basically, all he knows how to do is suck dick in order to get whatever he gets in the company. So, and plus his acting and whatever else you want to call it is kind of hammy, so we might as well call him the Ham.
And plus, he has the worst hurricane run in history.
That he does.
But yeah. But I created the idea calling them bacon and eggs, but Silver, added a little touch to it, now calls them green and eggs and ham.
Yep.
Or you can call them, if you don't want to call them food. The only reason why I call them bacon and whatever what I call them is because, Ryback feed me more and all that fucking shit.
True.
Like, and it kind of makes sense, food feeding. But most people would call them Team All-Stars. But yeah, you want to?
Okay. You give your prediction first.
No, I want you to give yours
No.
first.
I've done almost every.
Damn it.
I did the last one first, so you can do this one first.
Yeah, all right. So, what I was thinking about this match is, like, if you do the math in this match, we fucking have 3 faces of the company versus 3, like, actually good wrestlers, and like knowing in Vince McMahon's mindset, why the hell would you make the Shield beat Cena and Team All-Star or whatever? But the only way you could have made this match actually even, or maybe even better than how it is right now, was to put it in an elimination chamber, have a 6-man elimination chamber tornado match. Oh, you have the chamber. You're not going to use 2. Use the same one. Freaking use it as an elimination chamber match, and that would actually, kind of give me thoughts saying that, hey, the Shield can use the environment of the cage surrounding them as their advantage, like how they did in that TLC match, and that's how they won. Like I'm saying, the only believable way the Shield can win this match is if it's a gimmick match, because knowing how the Shield how they freaking what's the word just how they are together, it would actually make it doesn't make any sense if it's a freaking 6-man tag because they all want to work together. If it's a tag team match and they have to tag, that doesn't seem like the Shield style, if I do say so myself. So I felt like this, that. Yeah. So I don't know what WWE is if they're trying to troll us and be on the match card being hey, we're gonna make this on the pay per view be hey, we're gonna make this elimination chamber match. I would be pissed, but I was like, at least they kind of did it on the card, giving
Mm.
people their money worth, I guess. But like what I feel like what I actually like want to see like a highlight moment of the match is like how Team Bacon and Eggs or whatever like did their like three finishers on 3MB on Raw.
Hmm.
I want that to happen to the Shield, but instead of them losing the match because of that, they actually kick out. Wouldn't that actually be sick?
It would.
Yeah, but like as I was reading some things and how people were saying, oh, like the Shield could like lose his match, like all signs are pointing the Shield to lose his match. I feel like there could be like a small chance the Shield can actually win this match, even though it's not believable. But like as I read, the Shield was a Triple H plan, and Triple H doesn't want to bury them that early. And knowing their success rate right now is way better than freaking what the Nexus ever did. And I hate to say that. Like the Nexus, as much as how they have a great impact and they all did all this crap and just did this all, like their record as how they are in this 4 months surpassed anything that the Nexus ever did.
Hmm.
And knowing how Triple H like planned these guys because this is a Triple H project apparently doesn't want them to get buried earlier. I feel like the Team Bacon and Eggs is gonna lose, but I highly doubt that. But if they're gonna lose, Cena's not gonna get the the
Cena's not getting pinned.
yeah, he's not getting pinned. It's probably gonna be Sheamus. I hate to say it because he's the weakest member of Team Bacon and Eggs. But
Uh, Matthew,
what? Yes.
fuck you. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking that the Shield would actually win this match, but they
Yeah.
would win it by pinning Sheamus. Because, look at it this way. Ryback,
Yeah.
WWE is way too big on Ryback right now. That they're not going to... Actually, you know what?
No, 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 no. You're right.
Even
You're
though
right.
he's lost at every pay-per-view,
Yeah.
he's never lost clean.
Yeah.
And
And plus, Sheamus had his
in the
run.
last six-man tag
Yeah.
Ryback was in, he didn't get pinned. So why would they have him get pinned now?
Exactly.
Cena, he has the match against the Rocket Mania. They're not going to
Yeah.
have him lose to the Shield. That
Yeah.
would make him look horrible. Sheamus does not have an opponent for Mania.
Exactly.
So he can afford to lose this match.
And the
That's
thing
why
is,
I was
what?
going to say the Shield
Yeah.
is going to win. But
Wait, you actually like believe there's like 100% the Shield's gonna like win? Is that like your actual
that's my
prediction?
prediction. That the Shield is
Oh.
going to win by pinning Sheamus. Or they're going to win by DQ, because that's more like the Shield style. Or
Hmm.
I say win by DQ, but I mean lose by DQ. But they'll get themselves essentially disqualified, so they could try to beat the crap out of it through weapons. But yeah,
Like if I were like a WWE writer and I want to book this match, and if I want to make everybody look strong, I'd first let like the Shield win the match in the expense of Sheamus getting the pin or whatever losing,
hmm
and freaking after the match, they can rage about it and freaking give them a road kick, an attitude adjustment, and a shell shock, and then they would be looking, they would stand tall and be like, oh, we lost, but at least we're standing tall right now, you know.
hmm
You could do something like that, and then like it wouldn't make the Shield look weak because they technically won the match, but.
hmm
But what about Team Bacon and Eggs are on top. So
Yep.
if I was a writer, that's what I would actually book it. Because like knowing the track record of the Shield, you can't just ruin them in a freaking Elimination Chamber pay per view. If you're trying to gonna ruin them on a pay per view, ruin them on like a top four pay per view. Just saying.
Although
But
realistically speaking,
yeah,
even though they would be losing, would you consider losing to the arguably the three of the biggest stars in the company today? Would you consider that making them look weak?
kinda.
I wouldn't.
I.
Just
But come
because
on,
I know
she's all
I know
stars.
Cena has a history of burying people, but
Yeah,
to say you lost to those three is not exactly the
but the thing
worst
is,
thing in the world.
if they lose, what's next for the Shield? That's the thing. That's what I've been thinking. Like if the Shield wins this match, they'd be like, "Hey, look what we did. We solved the John Cena problem on freaking Elimination Chamber. They can go on and go on and go on, and then face other people as Cena sways away from the Shield and focuses on The Rock. You know, but
Although honestly, see this is one of the problems I have with this match is Why isn't this being done at Mania? Just replace John Cena with Randy Orton and make that six-man tag for Mania instead of wasting it on Elimination Chamber.
Because they felt like, oh, we didn't like, we haven't put the Shield on a pay per view since freaking TLC, and
Which was 2 pay-per-views ago. That's not...
yeah,
Considering the Shield don't do matches, that's not
yeah,
a horrible thing.
yeah. But the thing is, they're not doing matches. Like they're not doing matches on Raw, so they kind of have to have a match on the pay per view. But like, I don't know. Cause like if they don't have a match on this pay per view, then we're just gonna get that constant like Sierra Hotel, thank you, Lima Delta Shield,
Sierra Hotel, Lima... No.
Sierra Hotel,
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
yeah.
And yes,
You know,
I have memorized those words because I listened to the song enough that I can.
but you know what's so funny about this song? You know what?
What?
You know the part when the person says hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like CM Punk.
Hmm.
And then you know the part where he said Delta, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know who that sounds like?
Who?
Randy Orton. Like seriously, listen to the song.
That's funny.
I know, but it's actually like it goes Roman Reigns, then Dean Ambrose, then Seth Rollins, and apparently it's their voices,
Yeah.
but kind of doubt it. But as much as I want the Shield to win, I still have to go for my gut feeling that hey, Mr. McMahon doesn't want to bury his son, so I have to say Team Bacon and Eggs is gonna win. I'm sorry, like I don't want them to win, you know that, but I just want to be
know.
right. I just want to be fucking right. So Team Bacon
I
and
know,
Eggs is
no
for
balls.
me. I know. I'm not a gambler. I'm not a
No
bettor.
balls.
But we're gonna see the track record after this pay-per-view ends. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
Gonna see. But you go with the Shield. I go with Team Bacon
Yeah,
and Eggs.
I gotta go with my boys in the Shield.
Yep, and
Just because it would be the more shocking way to do it.
yeah, I'll be shocked.
And
Everybody will
I
be
love
shocked.
it when WWE goes against what everyone expects.
Exactly. Like, like do like some surprise thing that like we actually like, and but. Anyway, we finally reached to the main event of this year's Elimination Chamber 2013 pay-per-view. And this show is sponsored by Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Bacon and Eggs. For all of you guys who like all of them, thank you guys for watching. And for our supporters, we thank you. And if you guys give us 100 likes in this video, I swear to you, I'll send you a Pika shirt. No doubt. And Silver send you a fucking hand signature of him saying, I love Team Bacon and Eggs. So...
Suck it, Denver. That is all.
That is all. So, the final match. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship match.
LOL World Heavyweight Championship match.
No, the thing is, because that's what they used to call it, and that's... Yeah. The Rock as the champion versus the contender who still believes he is the champion, and I fucking love that gimmick that he still believes that he's a champion, Mr. Straight Edge Savior himself, CM Punk. And this is going to be a normal match, and I think... Do you remember what was the stipulation for this match, Silver?
If The Rock gets counted out or disqualified, CM Punk wins the title.
Alright. So, since I started with the, prediction in the last match, I think you should start with this one.
Okay. First off,
Yep.
I do not like the fact that The Rock is champion.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he never won the title to begin with.
Yep.
But for
You
the
can tell how
sake,
silly
for the
feels,
sake of how it makes CM Punk look and the fact that nobody on the roster was able to take that title from him, they had to resort to one of the greatest of all time just to get the title off him, and how good that makes Punk look, I can
Yeah.
forgive that.
Yeah, you think that.
I can forgive them letting The Rock win the title because of that, or at least that's the logic I'm going to use.
All right. The logic that makes you feel
What
happy. So.
I cannot
Yeah.
forgive is John Cena winning the Rumble.
Obviously.
Because when John Cena won the Rumble, we knew who was winning the main event of Royal Rumble, and that you do not do that. You do not give away the ending of your main event match.
Yeah.
It just ruins the whole purpose of watching the main event match.
Yeah, plus the only thing that pissed me off of the whole like Royal Rumble pay per view was John Cena winning. Like The Rock, even though it didn't really make that much sense of him winning the title, but as Silver said, it kind of did. But we like The Rock, so
Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't bother us that much. At least it wasn't like a fucking a Fruity Pebble wannabe Eminem actor, fucking piece of shit, whatever, winning. But yeah, go on, Silver.
But because of that, we also know that The Rock is not losing the title at Elimination Chamber. It's just not happening because it's going to be Cena Rock at Mania, which again
Hmm.
harbors back to, hey, look, let's ruin our main event by having
Twice of a lifetime. Yeah.
yeah. Not only that, but let's have the let's make it obvious who's winning the title because of who won the Royal Rumble. Good job, WWE.
Mm.
But because of that, I can't go against The Rock retaining the title tonight. I really cannot. I don't
The
want
thing
to
is,
say that, but we
the
both
thing
know what's
is,
happening.
yeah, but the thing is, what ruined WrestleMania 29 for both of us is just Cena winning the Rumble. Because if anybody else would have won the Rumble, we would actually have an interesting WrestleMania 29. Because think about this. Cena winning the freaking Rumble and choosing the WWE title. If Rock wins, we're going to get twice of a lifetime, and we don't want to see that. And if CM Punk wins, we're going to see CM Punk versus John Cena again. And we've seen that match so many times. It's unbelievable.
But
Yeah.
if they do what I want them to do and make the WWE title triple threat
Mm-hmm.
with CM Punk versus The Rock versus John Cena, all will be forgiven in that one moment.
And the thing is, what makes it really more ironic is if it's a triple threat, even though we know Cena's going to win this match, but Cena has a good track record with triple threats at Mania, if you know what I mean.
I know.
So, like, it would actually make him look like God, technically. But,
Yeah, but Cena already looks like God.
yeah, it kind of does.
I mean, the only person who's been able to stop John Cena is CM Punk. And of course The Rock at their one match, but one match means really nothing though.
That is true.
But
So, like,
I
how are
guess
you
for
going to... Yeah.
I guess for the sake of the prediction, I have to go with Rock winning, but I hope to God they make WrestleMania a triple threat because that will be infinitely more interesting than
And plus,
John
yeah.
Cena versus Rock 2.
Yeah, and plus they can how they kind of book this match, they can actually make it a triple threat. Like it depends on how they book this match. And I was thinking so many ways of how they can book this match to like make it a kind of a triple threat at
Well, I can think of one off the top of my head. Paul Heyman
which
gets
is
CM Punk disqualified, and CM Punk goes on a tirade. To get a fair match against Rock for the title, and they decide to put him in the triple threat match with Cena as a way to say, you know what, fuck you, Punk, you'll get your match, but it's not going to be fair.
yeah, they could do that, or they can actually make the match they're gonna have at Elimination Chamber a draw, if you know what I mean. Like think about it, like a draw would actually, make it a triple threat. I mean, no matter how
True.
much you. But like
But
I don't
how would
know,
they book
like
a draw?
I don't know, like they can actually go to books of No Way Out and just do a double pin, double count out, any sort of way you can actually make it a draw.
I can think of another way to make it a draw.
What?
You know how in Royal Rumble The Rock was supposed to rock bottom Punk through the table, but botched it?
Yeah.
This time he connects, but he's not able to get into the ring before the 10 count, and it's a double count out.
You know what? That's actually good. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually good. I just thought about that and I was like, hey, they can actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll actually be believable.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like we gotta know that how like they said, oh, if CM Punk or if The Rock gets counted out or gets disqualified, the title goes automatically to Punk.
Yeah,
But
but
like,
if both get counted out,
yeah,
it's
I
not just
know.
Rock getting counted out, so that rule does not affect the outcome. So
Yeah,
they
but I
can
know.
do it.
But like, I'm saying because of that stipulation, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of interruptions in this match. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna say the Shield because I think they got tired from Team Bacon and Eggs, but there's always some space for Brock Lesnar. Just saying.
True. But that would
But
result in Punk getting disqualified, and Punk doesn't want to get disqualified because he actually wants to win the title.
but what about if it goes the other way around?
What, Brock Lesnar interferes in the match and tries to get The Rock disqualified?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you have a point.
There is a point, and then The Rock could actually have legitimate grief about this, and then triple threat hopefully. Because
Interesting.
rematch. Because if you think about this, if CM Punk wins, right, Rock gets his rematch clause, right? Because apparently everybody gets a rematch clause, and
Yeah,
then
but that
Cena
match would
won.
probably be on. You know what? Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're not gonna have Rock not be the champion going into Mania.
exactly. Have
That's
Punk
the
be the
only reason
champion.
why I'm gonna
Yeah,
disagree with you. But I do like your idea.
but seriously, I kind of feel like Punk is gonna be champion by Mania. Like, and then when Mania happens, we're not gonna be talking about that. But he's gonna be the champion by Mania, and that's what I know.
Hmm.
But I was thinking of another way. I kind of forgot what it was, but yeah, I don't know. But oh yeah. This Elimination Chamber like pay per view like it's been missing a lot of key factors if you know what I mean.
Like
But
the Intercontinental title.
yeah, the end like okay wait. This card is missing first of all Brock Lesnar, Dolph Ziggler, Undertaker, Triple H, and Wade Barrett.
Well, Undertaker wouldn't be on the card anyway.
Yeah, but we're like in the halfway point of like Mania, so he should make his comeback. If you know what I mean. Like already, he should have made his comeback already.
Assuming he's even competing this year.
Well, it wouldn't be a
He might
Wrestle,
not be healthy enough to compete. You don't know.
but would it really be a WrestleMania without Undertaker? Like,
I
I
think
know
they've
it's
done it before.
without Undertaker.
Yeah.
Wait, when?
I think he missed at least one WrestleMania in his career, but don't quote me on that.
But it wasn't when he had his streak, right?
He's had the streak since his first Mania appearance.
Uh, oh. Well, I'm just gonna say, like, having like Undertaker for 20 WrestleManias, it wouldn't be a WrestleMania without him. But yeah, I can see what you're coming from. But yeah, but there's no
But you
excuse
don't
for
want Taker to compete at Mania and then no longer be able to compete at all ever again because of injuries. I'd rather him rest up and then compete in the next Mania just for the sake of being able to
yeah.
still have him around. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like Undertaker should have his presence felt at Mania, like at least, like, cause come on, like Triple H fucking said, "Hey, we're not gonna see the last of the Undertaker." I don't know what he meant by that, but
Yeah, but do you expect him not to say that because of how popular Taker is? To just
yeah, like
suddenly
it,
up and no out of nowhere say, "Yeah,
at
Taker's
least
not gonna appear anymore." So sorry if you guys were looking forward to it.
no, he should have just kept quiet about it.
I
He just
agree.
yeah, but he never kept quiet about it. So he's kind of like kind of teasing us that Undertaker is gonna like be coming back. But like the thing is, okay, Undertaker aside, there's no Brock Lesnar in this pay per view. There is no Dolph Ziggler in this pay-per-view, so and there's no Wade Barrett. So I don't know. This card is sort of lacking some key factors. But yeah, so the card is actually kind of set, and if they book it how we set it in this pay-per-view prediction, I feel like Elimination Chamber could at least be an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they fucking do it the other way around, that like we know they're gonna kind of do, like it's gonna be a lackluster pay-per-view if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I would agree. But here's hoping they can rectify their stupidity.
I know next year at least have like 2 world titles in the Elimination Chamber match. Just
I don't care so much about that, but
it kind of like, come on, like Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, one Elimination Chamber match, and guess what? That's not the main event.
well, the not being the main event part, I will agree with you on, definitely. But
Yeah.
there are so many worse decisions they could have made, and you know it.
Like what? Like I'm dying to know. Like if kind of make their Elimination Chamber match kind of bad or something.
I was actually going to say having John Cena compete in the card at all, even though he's going to be at Mania. He has no reason. Oh wait, they already did that. It's called the Shield match. Fuck. Well, I stand corrected. Fail.
It's alright. We have our brain farts once in a while. It happens. But yeah, like, do you have any more to say about this pay-per-view? And like, do you have like high expectations for this pay-per-view or low expectations?
I have very high expectations for some of the matches. The Elimination Chamber being one of them. Shield match being another.
Yep.
Hell, depending on your side of the spectrum, I'm hoping Cesaro and Miz is good because it was good last time. Don't give a fuck about the world title match. Don't give a fuck about the WWE title match.
Yeah, you could say that.
Just because we saw it at the Rumble, we don't need to see it again.
Yeah, but it's getting pay-per-view buys, just saying. Like, if it wasn't for
I understand it's getting pay-per-view buys. Believe me, I understand that, but I personally...
I think that's the reason why they don't want to make 2 Elimination Chamber matches. They're like, hey, we already have Rock and CM Punk. Rock's like a special attraction, so let's just not make it a freaking Elimination Chamber. Like, let's not have 2. That could be a probability, but...
Yeah, but... I don't know, it makes it more predictable if it's not a chamber.
Yeah. And plus,
Which is the problem with WWE nowadays. It's too predictable.
I'm gonna give them props. They did really good in this Elimination Chamber match. Like I don't know if I said it.
At least in terms of the matches they're putting.
No,
on.
they put legitimate competition in there. Like there's no fucking like I hate to say there's no like fucking like Kobe Kingston in that match. Really like don't believe is gonna win the match. As much
I don't believe Jack Swagger is gonna win either. But yeah.
Like, the way they're booking it, I kind of do. Like, you said it was his number 2,
Not
right?
against those people.
Didn't you say Jack Swagger was, like, your number 2 choice?
Just because the champion is a face.
Oh.
It's kind of hard to pull off face versus face in a championship match without somebody going heel.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I have Swagger as my number 2. Because it's 4 faces and 2 heels. Mm-hmm. That kind of gives you a 50-50 shot at who's more likely to win.
Yep. I don't know, but I'm just going to tell you right now, the match I'm going to be looking forward to is the Elimination Chamber match, and then the second is going to be the bacon and eggs,
Yeah, I seriously hope they don't fuck up the Shield.
I swear, they're going to call them the All-Star team, right? They're going to freaking call it. They're going to be like the team of John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback, Team All-Stars. Seriously, like they are the All-Star team of the WWE.
John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback, Team Fuck the Older Fans.
Yep. The thing is, I kind of see like
no, even better. John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback, Team Cancer. Because that's
Uh,
exactly what they are. They're the cancers of, well, two of the three are the cancers of the WWE right now. Sheamus, at least he can go. As much as
I
we don't
wouldn't.
like his gimmick, he can at least go.
I could say like Ryback could go, like not currently right now, but like in a distant future. Like I can
Yeah.
actually see him. Like not every big man's always good at their first year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
No one could be a Brock Lesnar. Just saying, I gotta take time and just like slow down and all that crap, and all of a sudden
Yep.
you're gonna be like a wrestling general. But yeah, so I think this is like a good time to like end the video. But
It is.
But still, buy our merchandise, man. We're really poor. Like the
Mm-hmm.
economy these days, they're like fucking like like pushing our asses here. Like, come on. Like I fucking have to like shovel people's snow like every single day because I'm in Canada.
Fuck the moose.
And fucking Silver has to. Wait, what's a New Yorker thing?
Well, I have to live in the backwaters of Brooklyn, so that kind of counts for something. And I don't know, we had a pretty decent snowstorm here in the past few weeks. And I remember the one I had in one we had in 2010 that put me in the ER because I was outside at work pushing carts for 4 hours in a
Wait,
blizzard. So yeah,
so you got buried?
no, I didn't get buried, but digging shopping carts out of the snow and wheeling them inside the snow in order to get them into a building is fun as all hell. And plus, constantly going between the hot and the cold will fuck you up. It did it to
Yeah.
me, so. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a big dude, but even I got wrecked by that storm.
So yeah, you got like a little
A few
bit
days
buried.
later, blacked out in a pizzeria and wound up in the ER. That was fun.
Yeah, good times. Good times. But
Yeah, but with
global
all that
warming is a
being
bitch. Yeah.
with all that being said, at least I'm not James.
Yeah, at least you're not James, It could have been worse.
Yeah,
Like you could be